So yeah, remember how disappointing Jupiter's Legacy was? And we thought with the second season it could get better. Yeah, there's no chance in that.
So bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdouts Newsstand, and I want to thank Atomic Slash for sending me this article. I had no idea. I was actually looking at the news when this came through, and my God, I did not expect it. I really did not expect it, because there was a lot of negative reviews around Jupiter's Legacy, but a lot of it was comic fans going, wait, you took 40 pages of the source material and made it 8 hours? Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe season 2. I did a whole video on how I thought season 2 could go or what direction they could head. And it's canceled. It's over. It is actually over for a comic book that wasn't good. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It was Supercrooks, and it's 4 issues. Yeah, they're making 4 issues. 4 issues. A live action adaptation. Okay, so first off, Supercrooks was done when Mark Millar was working for Marvel on their, I don't remember what line it was called. It's like, DC used to have Vertigo. It was like that for Marvel. But even so, it is like Ocean's 11 version of comic books, right? Everybody gets a happy ending. It wasn't great. And now it's going to take the place of Jupiter's Legacy. And there's a lot of reasons this is a shame. Mainly because Jupiter's Legacy season 1 was bad, but it was bad. I'm trying to justify it, but it wasn't great. It was pretty bad. But it had the potential there. It had the potential there. You'll never see Chloe become the hero of the entire story. Or Hutch, because those characters were pushed to the back burner for an origin story that really wasn't a big deal in the comics. They never explained any of that. And you'll never know that unless you actually go look at the comic books. And there's a new Jupiter's Legacy Requiem, if I can get that out, is coming out in about 2 weeks, and I will be reviewing that. I'm excited. But let's take a look at this article from Deadline, and I'll let you make your opinions, but I'm disappointed. I am, simply because it was tried. It was tried and it failed, and it didn't ever have that chance to shine. So, Supercrooks live action Millarworld series ordered by Netflix as Jupiter Legacy releases the cast. Now, what do they mean by releasing the cast? Yeah, they didn't technically fire them, but there is no further contract with them. They're gone. No more. Goodbye. Even though Millar said here, we're confident we'll return later. Honey, I doubt that. I really do. And I don't know why they're doing this and not giving it a shot. I think that Jupiter's Legacy failed worse than because Netflix does not ever release their streaming numbers, which is a shame, because then you can't compare things. So I think it did a lot worse as maybe people checked it out and time went on and people dropped off. I don't know what the retention rate is, so I'm assuming it didn't do that well. But I mean, let's just think of one reason why. Look at that costume. What were you thinking? Why? This is so bad. Honestly, it is. And Brainwave looks great. I really do like his costume design. I like how it's more square. I like some of those features. But you also made the Utopian Josh Duhamel Jesus. Like, come on. I get that sometimes you have to try something. You have to strike out on your own. but without the ability to fix what you struck out on, it's a shame to see a series like Jupiter's Legacy that was so good and so well liked when it came out in book form to just be done with and to be replaced by something that honestly, and you'll have to let me know what you think of Supercrooks in the comments below, but honestly, I have very little love for Supercrooks. Some of the characters were okay. You had like the gladiator, the hero. It's okay. You know what it is? The best way to describe Supercrooks, if you're unfamiliar with it, is not necessarily Ocean's 11. It's like an amalgamation of Ocean's 11 and Suicide Squad without the overbearing Amanda Waller, right? So they're all, ex-villains. And they're coming together for one last heist. How many times have you heard that, right? Okay, all right. And it's a newer series, and I think that also has a lot to do with, I generally like Mark Millar, but I think that also has a lot to do with it, right? I'll check it out. Don't get me wrong, I will check it out. But I am definitely disappointed to see that this is not continuing. There will be no actual development of the characters that they made you get to know. As an origin, that was 8 pages. Let me repeat that. 8 pages in the comics for the origin part of it. And that was a good half of the story. I am still jaded by this show. I am beyond jaded because this has become something that cannot even anymore redeem itself. That redemption arc was what this was supposed to go on and be. And instead, you order something from Mark Millar, who is very talented, generally. Supercrooks. If you like Wanted by him, you may like Supercrooks. But it's just not something that's like, oh my God, they're making Supercrooks. Look how many people are happy. Do you see all the people lined up outside that are happy? Oh, wait, there's two people read it? Oh, okay. That explains a lot. So yeah, I'm disappointed to say the least. But even so, I guess this is one of those things you have to kind of look at and be like, look, it didn't do well. Some things do not go from the book to the screen well. And this one time was that thing. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was the creative team behind it that made old man makeup look terrible and costumes look even worse. And it could have been done correctly, but you fucked it up. Oh boy. So Wheat Tooth comes out very, very soon in a few hours. And this makes me a little worried, but it's Robert Downey Jr. and some of the other people. So I don't know. Let me know, of course, what you guys think about this. If you think it's a blessing in disguise, maybe, or if we're hoping for that redemption arc. Either way, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.